All right, let's have some fun, shall we? Storming into playoffs, the Lancaster Barnstormers are in the Atlantic League Championship as they look to defend the title. That is where we find Joel D. Smith live tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium.
Hey, how are you? The champs are here, and they want to stay here. This is what they gave out at the beginning of the season, and they want another one of these. Maybe it says back-to-back. That hasn't been done in the Atlantic League in a decade. Never happened here with Lancaster Barnstormers. So let's figure out how they're going to do that. It is game one of the championship series for the Atlantic League. I got Jeff Bianchi here with me right now. He's the hitting coach trying to help us figure out how to beat Gastonia. And you're going against a guy you haven't seen before. Tell me about the challenges with that.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Back in the championship round for a second straight year, and with a guy we've never faced before, we got guys at the top of the order who's going to set the tone. We're going to see what he's got right away. We do our homework before we face him anyway, so we got a little bit of information going into it. But this is the finals, man. We're out here competing, and we're going to go get it. So
yeah, no matter what, you're going to be excited for it. What's the same as last year? Seems like you guys got hot at the right time. You win the second half, and you start rolling in the playoffs. Does it feel like that again?
Honestly, it does. It feels very similar to last year. We came out of the gate last year struggling, same thing a little bit this year, and we're really kind of turning around the second half. We came together as a team. We started playing for one another. Our manager, Ross, he does a great job bringing the team together, and we're all out there having fun, all playing for the same goal, and that's another championship. So.
That helps. Let's see you do it. All right. Hey, good luck today. Have fun out there, and don't worry about what you're seeing. They're saying they're going to play this game no matter what, although we would like a nice forecast to go with it. We'll see you in just a little bit with more preview, the Atlantic League Championship Series tonight.
2 thumbs up. See you soon. All right, well, the weather, rainy. A different kind of storm is brewing in Lancaster.
Yeah, Clipper Magazine's very own area storming into playoffs.
Joel D. Smith is there. Hey.
Barnstormers, that's what you're saying. I get it. And we have Mike Reynolds with us right now, the GM. He's been smiling ear to ear. We're going for a repeat of last year, and we just talked about this. They got going, they got hot at the right time, and then here we are. Tell me what, though, is different than last year. Give me a little feel.
The pitching staff a little bit, but not much. I mean, we started both seasons tough, a lot of injuries. Second half of the season, we got hot to start, and then we really got hot going into the playoffs. So we won, 8 in a row, so it's mirroring each other the year.
It's been 5-5 against this team this year, but you guys got some new people they haven't seen yet. That's a little tricky.
We do. We have a couple pitches that they haven't seen yet, and Swarmer, Tedesco. So we're excited about this. We're going in with our 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4. They've played a long series, 5 games down in North Carolina. So we're not facing their top guys today. So we're feeling pretty good.
All right, the Stormers against the Honey Hunters. We'll talk more about this coming up. And don't forget, if you can't get here tonight, weather's not too bad. Tomorrow night's supposed to be awesome, so we'll see them for game 2. We're getting ready for the Atlantic League Championship. Back to you.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, the Barnstormers getting ready to make some history, trying to go back-to-back for the championship. You're going to hear from the league president coming up. Things to look forward to for next year as well in the Atlantic League.
Storming into playoffs, the Lancaster Barnstormers are in the Atlantic League Championship as they look to defend the title for the second year in a row. Let's go to Clipper Magazine Stadium with Joel D. Smith. Hey.
Okay, you know what? This is maybe history in the making. You could be here tonight and check this out. A little bit cooler tomorrow night, game 2. Maybe that's more your style, a little bit better weather. They have just taken the tarp off the field, so we are ready to roll. They had it protected for most of the day today, but they should not be a problem. Like I said, a little bit cool, but not a big deal when you're going for a championship, trying to make some history. Atlantic League champions last year, the Barnstormers, of course, they had this shirt going on and celebrating that. They want to go back-to-back. They've never done that here in Lancaster, and the league hasn't had that happen in about 10 years. So who are they going against? Gastonia, the Honey Hunters. They've gone 5-5 against them this year, and it's kind of interesting. So at the Atlantic League, what happens is you get a team, you get going, and then middle of the year, maybe you find some extra players, you weave them into your system, and that's part of the reason they had such a great second half, got going as well. And they're going to have some new players that the Honey Hunters have not seen. So if they are hunting wins, it might be tough for them. So once again, we're getting ready for the game right here. We're going to be talking to some more folks to get you all primed and in the mood for some baseball. But the good news is the tarp is off the field. They're going to be lining the field in just a few minutes. Crowd is starting to trickle in as well. And we'll be talking to some of the faithful from the Barnstormers coming up when we see you next time. So we're live here in Lancaster at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We will check you out in just a bit. We're feeling pretty good. Back to you.
All righty. Thank you. See y'all soon.
That's right. It is time for baseball and time to make some history in Lancaster. Yeah, we're getting ready for back-to-back championships. We'll tell you how they're going to do it, they hope, coming up.
Storming storming into playoffs. The Lancaster Barnstormers are in the Atlantic League Championship as they look to defend the title for the second year in a row. And that is where we find CBS 21's Joel D. Smith live tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Hello.
All right, we are ready to make some history. Trying to go back-to-back. You got to start a win game 1 or game 2 at home to make that happen. And the team that's been so hot has been the Barnstormers, so we want to go back-to-back. Mike Reynolds is here to see if that can happen. He's the GM. Are you wearing your ring right now?
I am not wearing my ring right now.
Okay.
Superstitious.
Other people have worn it. I've seen it around a little bit.
There's a lot of them around, but I don't have mine on yet.
Let's talk about the field conditions. Just took the tarp off within the last half hour. How are we looking out here?
Actually, the infield looks great. More than playable. Hard. The warning track's a little wet, a little muddy on the warning track, but the field, Fear territory, is ready to go.
I like that too, and I know we're ready to go. The team and the hitting has been a big momentum piece for you guys. What are you looking forward to the most? What has to work in game 1?
I mean, we hit 1 through 9. We're pumped to have Taylor on the mound. He's been a strong one for us all year. Throws very well, but we hit, and we're fast, and we're aggressive on the base paths. And if we get on base, we're going to run.
Last thing, we just heard that legendary Hall of Famer from the Orioles, Brooks Robinson, has passed away. The nicest man in the world is how I describe him. Has he been here as well with you guys?
Yeah, he has been here. He's been involved with the league since, I believe, day 1. More involved with York. Yeah, very, very sad to hear the news of him passing. But as you mentioned, very great human being. Very, very great human being.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about him in just a little bit with someone who worked with him a little bit closer as well. But sorry to hear about Brooks, but if you're talking about one of the best in baseball passing away, playing baseball on that same night is the way to go. We'll talk more about him coming up and the championship series when we see you a little later on. Back to you.
The Lancaster Barnstormers are in the Atlantic League Championship as they look to defend the title for the second year in a row.
Yeah, that's where we find CBS 21's Joel D. Smith live tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster. They're just about to start. Joel D., what can you tell us?
Yeah, first pitch is coming in just a bit. They have the opening lineups coming out right now. We want to talk about this championship series. We want to start with a different baseball note. Brooks Robinson, the Hall of Famer, longtime Oriole, has passed away. He had a connection to the Atlantic League. I want to talk to Rick White about that. He's the president of the Atlantic League. Tell me what we should know about Brooks when it comes to your league.
Well, you start with his on-field accomplishments. He was by far the best defensive third baseman in the history of the game. But he could also hit with power. He had great longevity. He played in this area when he was growing up and getting to the big leagues. And he was a Hall of Famer without parallel. The entire baseball community is going to miss him, and especially in Lancaster and York, he was so closely associated with both clubs. We miss him a little bit more.
Definitely. And then last thing, when we're watching the playoffs for the major leagues, we should be thinking about the Atlantic League, right?
You're so nice to talk about that, yeah. Whether it's an 18-inch base or a 3-batter pitching minimum or a score of other rules that were instituted this year, we pioneered every single one of them. They all started here. And all of us in Lancaster and throughout the league take great pride in the fact that we were first.
We're looking for a first for the Barnstormers. How about getting a back-to-back championship? I think they got a chance at it, but either way, we know it's going to be fun. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Good to be with you. Good luck tonight.
Very good. All right. Hey, we're ready for game 1. I hope you are as well. We'll have highlights for you tonight. And it's a little bit damp, but they're going to play. Hey, game 2 is tomorrow if you want to come out and join us as well. We're getting ready for the first pitch. We'll see you later on, guys. Go Stormers.
Go, Stormers, go.
Yeah, just a little mist out there. No big deal since